The most one-sided partnership in professional wrestling history continues as we have another person from NXT winning a TNA championship. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And yes, Ariana Grace, you heard me right, Ariana Grace, the daughter of Santino, a jobber, a valet, a nobody, somebody who couldn't get a sniff of a title in WWE NXT, is now the new TNA Knockouts champion, and it happened at TNA No Surrender. Well, I think this company has surrendered. They're laying down to WWE and they're taking it up the ass. This is the third time in 6 months now an NXT wrestler has won the TNA Knockouts championship. When is enough going to be enough? So Ariana Grace with Channing Stacks Lorenzo defeated the TNA World Knockouts champion Li Ying tonight by pinfall. And like, what is the point in this? Ariana Grace is not even a top female wrestler in NXT. She's not someone at the top of the pack. Whenever she was in NXT, she was the real definition of a jobber. Very rarely wrestled, and when she did, it was simply to lose. I don't think Ariana Grace even has one victory on NXT TV. I would be shocked if she's picked up a pinfall on TV. I've never seen it. I've never seen her do anything, but tonight, at No Surrender, she is the new TNA Knockouts champion, and it just makes no sense to me. Unlike the other women that have held this belt, and I don't agree with it, and I don't promote it, they shouldn't be doing this. It'd be different if it was like a two-way thing, and you had TNA people win the NXT title, but that doesn't happen. Nobody does that. Now, the Hardys did win the NXT tag team titles for 2 weeks, but the WWE only gave the Hardys the belt because they wanted to be involved in the Hardys versus the Dudleys last time ever. That's a fact. That's the only reason the Hardys won those belts, is because WWE wanted to shoehorn their way into the only relevant match that we've probably had from TNA in a long time. And it was the Dudleys, it was the Hardys, Bound for Glory. That tables match, you know, I think there was ladders involved as well, whatever. That was a big match. And I'm convinced that the WWE only put the belt on the Hardys just so they could go into that match as champions, and therefore there would be a WWE representation in that match. Simply, that is the only reason why, because straight after that, the Hardys lost the belt back to that jobber faction on NXT, whose name I can't recall. But yeah, Ariana Grace, like I said, just a nobody, hasn't achieved anything, hasn't done anything, and I'm not saying I don't like her. She's hot, you know, she's fucking hot, yes, absolutely, and I think she's doing some okay stuff with Stacks from what I've seen so far, but for her to go and just win the Knockouts World Championship, it is almost like TNA are just being made a mockery of by WWE. I don't know if people can defend it at this point. I really can't. Earlier in the night, we had Trey Miguel defeat Channing Stacks Lorenzo for the TNA International Championship. So, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, a WWE NXT guy, already had a TNA Championship. But because he lost his TNA Championship back to a WWE guy, a TNA guy, that must mean it's now they need to give one of the belts back. So they're like, well, here, if you're taking the belt off one of our WWE NXT guys, then we need to give somebody else a TNA belt. And that seems to be what's happening here. You can take your TNA title back, but we're going to take this other one instead. And that seems to be what they've done. They've taken the TNA International Championship off of Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and they've just given the TNA Knockouts Championship back to Li Ying. So, going into the night, WWE NXT had one TNA Championship. Even though they lost it, they're still ending the night with one TNA Championship because Ariana Grace has defeated Li Ying. And you look at the other champions from NXT that have held this belt, and I don't think it makes it alright. I'm not saying it's good, but JC Jane, she was like a double champion. She's been the NXT champion for most of the past year now. At least she is like a main event level person. You've got Kalani Jordan, who was the NXT North American champion. I believe she was the first NXT North American women's champion. She's got like a decent position on the NXT card. You can almost accept it, you can almost buy it, but this is fucking retarded. You know, this is retarded. This would be like, I'm trying to think of somebody in TNA that is not high up the card at all in the women's division, and I just can't really think of anybody. But let's just go with I don't want to go with Saya Brookside because I think she's actually higher up the card than Ariana Grace, but let's just go with her anyway. This would be like Saya Brookside winning the title off of Stephanie Fakir. You know, it would never fucking happen. But we've had Ariana Grace, who, like I said, as a wrestler, as an in-ring wrestler, has pretty much achieved nothing, but now she's the new champ. And it's a joke. It is an absolute joke. TNA need to grow a fucking backbone. They're now on AMC. They're doing the best that they've done, at least successfully, and I would imagine revenue-wise, rating-wise, you know, they must be doing better than they've done for almost 10 years now. Why are they allowing WWE to do this to them? Not only are WWE taking all their best talent, they're taking all their titles and giving them to NXT people. It's a joke. You know, this partnership isn't 50-50. This partnership isn't fair. What are TNA getting out of this? What are TNA getting? They're getting nothing. Oh, we're sending you Ariana Grace and Shannon Stacks Lorenzo. I mean, two people that did never draw a fucking dime on NXT. They don't give you any... Oh, but they let AJ Styles... Yeah, AJ Styles went and cut a promo 3 weeks later. The guy's retired. A big deal. You know, big whoop. That doesn't mean shit. I just look at the amount of NXT people that have held TNA titles over the past year and a bit, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Only the Hardys have held the NXT titles, and it was for 2 weeks, just so NXT championships could be involved in the big table match at Bound for Glory. What a mess. Anyway, we'll quickly go through the No Surrender card here, because I'm not watching this shit. A couple of pre-show matches. Frankie Kazarian defeated a guy called Alan Angels by submission. Who the fuck is Alan Angels? Jodie Fret won a Knockouts Battle Royal for a future TNA Knockouts World Championship match. She beat Tessa Blanchard. Trey Miguel with Teddy Swims defeated Channing Stacks Lorenzo with Ariana Grace for the TNA International Championship. Mance Warner with Steph DeLander defeated Mike Jackson by pinfall. The Elegance brand defeated Indy Hartwell and Shia Brookside for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championships. Eric Young defeated BED in the singles match. I have no idea who BDE is. I have no idea who half these people are, to be honest with you. Ariana Grace defeated Channing Stacks Lorenzo, defeated Li Ying Lee, as we've spoken about in this video. I've already, addressed that enough, so I don't think I'm going to spend too much more time going over that bullshit, but yeah, that happened. Order 4, Mustafa Ali, Jason Hotch, John Skyler, and Special Agent Zero defeated The Righteous and the Hardys by pinfall in an 8-man tag team match. And then in the main event, not sure if it's finished yet. Let's refresh the page here and see. Let's find it. I think it has. Has it? No, I don't think it has. No, it has. Or maybe it's not. Anyway, main event, nobody really cares. It's Mike Santana and Leon Slater versus Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards. I don't get it. This is supposed to be a pay-per-view. They're charging people to watch this shit, and they've not got the TNA World Championship on the line. Make that make sense. What the fuck are they doing? It's almost like they're copying the WWE format where the championship's never defended. The championship should be defended every pay-per-view. No excuses, no bullshit. Why do they do this? If you want people to pay for a pay-per-view, then you better be fucking putting the world title on the line. I do not understand these companies. Why are they damaging their product by doing this? The world championship should be defended at every pay-per-view. Without doubt. No question. It should happen. I don't give a shit what your excuse is. the world title should be on the line. But who cares? I mean, TNA would probably put their world title on the line just so an NXT guy can win it anyway. So, at the end of the day, you know, what is the point? But yeah, Young Lee loses the TNA Knockouts World Championship to Ariana Grace. Couldn't believe it, but there you go. An absolute nobody. Like I said, an absolute nobody has won the TNA Knockouts Championship, and this company has zero respect for itself. Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace.